What is up, people? Welcome to this post-match fan show for the 2-0 loss to Nottingham Forest in the EFL Cup. It's not been the best of nights, has it, Nick?
No, it's not. And just looking at the teams that have gone into the last 16 of the Carabao Cup, obviously Man U play Villa tomorrow. Bournemouth, Lincoln City, Burnley, Leicester, MK Dons, Charlton, Gillingham, Brighton, Newcastle, Forest, Southampton, Blackburn, Wolves, Liverpool and Manchester City. It just says it all. A massive night where Chelsea went out, West Ham went out,
Arsenal went out.
Charlton are the only team left in London that are in the competition. I think it's been a massive opportunity that we've missed.
We haven't missed. We've squandered.
We've squandered tonight. I don't know. Look, obviously, we've just kind of caught up on a couple of other people and what they've been saying, and kind of everyone is. I know we have this kind of roller coaster reaction when it's great. We're at the top of the roller coaster. At the moment, we just seem like we're going further and further at the bottom of the roller coaster, and it's never kind of ending. It's the steepest roller coaster in the world.
Yeah.
But I just don't see where we go from here. This club is a shambles.
Yes.
And quite frankly, if all of them didn't turn up to work tomorrow, I don't think it would make it. It wouldn't make a difference if they all just didn't turn up, from Paratici to Levy to Stellini to Conte to Kane, all the way through all the players. If they didn't turn up tomorrow, it probably would be more positive than what we've just witnessed. We are going into the game on Saturday potentially 4 out of 6 losses. Mm-hmm. And I know some of it was in the cup, but that's relegation form. And these players, bar a handful, are just not good enough.
Yeah. There's a disease at this club. There is a disease at this club that just never seems to heal. We keep lurching from it's not a crisis. It's not a crisis at all. But we lurch from shit situation to shit situation to shit situation where nothing ever, with a very brief period during Poch's pomp where we could argue we were doing well consistently. There's always something that needs fixing. Yeah. Even then, there was something that needed fixing.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, Poch went in 2019. We've had Jose,
4 managers, if you want to count Ryan Mason.
We've had Ryan Mason. Now we've got Conte.
Yeah.
4 managers in less than 3 years. Chelsea,
16 in 20.
Yeah, Chelsea have been bought out. Liverpool are up for sale. Man United are attracting investment.
Yeah.
We're just going to be left behind.
Yeah.
And I think, look, the only way we're going to be in the Champions League next year is if we actually win the Champions League, which we all know is kind of not going to happen. Look, you all know me. I'm probably one of the most positive people. I've got 6 double rooms up for sale in Istanbul now because there's absolutely no fucking way that we are.
Now hold on to them, mate. They're going to be worth a mint.
Well, yeah. I mean, Man City fans, if you're watching, hit me up.
Yeah.
I can do you a good deal. But look,
no, they've got plenty of money. Do them a bad deal.
No, okay, I'll do them a bad deal. But look, I just will be glad when this is kind of all over. I wish it was over now and we didn't need to worry until Boxing Day.
Yeah.
But look, Mark Swift with a super chat.
Big up to you, Mark.
Enoch out. Big up you two, doing a great job. Swifty,
thank you very much,
it's
mate.
really
Appreciate
hard,
it.
mate. It's really hard, and I don't know where we go from here. This fan show is going to be one of the, I guess, the strangest, I would say.
I think so.
Because I don't know I don't know what to say. I didn't know what to say after the Liverpool game because I actually thought we played well. We still lost. In theory, it seems mad to talk about it, but it was probably our best two halves of football played together in a match.
This was the problem is there was nothing on show in this match.
Well, maybe because we had two good halves, this was two bad halves. I don't know.
So it's averaging out. Yeah, one bad half, one good half of the game.
I don't know where. I honestly don't know where we go with this.
I just don't see the issue here. That during the match we were sat there with very little to talk about because there was no moment of outright quality by either side, right? Their goals were the result of real shit defending, just players not even interested. They didn't play particularly well, but there was nothing of note. There was no moment of real brilliance where you could point to. There was no dominance by either side. You know, when you look at sort of the possession stats, they were fairly even. Yeah, obviously Forest had peppered our goal, but only because we just let them. They didn't do anything to get there other than take advantage of our laxity.
Yeah, the reason why Kane was taken off in the second half, Conte's just come out and said, it's because of fatigue.
Yeah.
And he said the reason why is Harry Kane was replaced. The England captain had fatigue, but added it's normal. Harry has played every game.
Yeah.
He has.
We've played 21 games already this season. 21 games, and he's played every single one. Right? Let's look back at Man City last season. Kevin De Bruyne was the player with the most, I think it was Kevin De Bruyne, with the most appearances for them last season. He played 35 games. Okay? That's the difference. Okay? Let's say, for instance, we won't, but let's say we went on. We're looking at maybe a 50-game season now, right? If we get somewhere in the FA Cup, if we get somewhere in the Champions League, let's say 45 to 50 games, right? Is Kane going to play all 50 games? Because there's no one else, right? So we can't talk about the game because there's nothing to talk about. There are deeper and harder and problems that are solved outside of the game situation. What is there to talk about from that game? What is there to talk about, really? How shit our defense is? What else is new? How we have become super reliant on Bentancur? What else is new? How we need Kane to score our goals? What else is new? I would challenge, not in a bad way, but I would challenge all of our callers today to talk about something that we learned today that we didn't know yesterday.
Well, let's get to it. Let's get to the callers. I don't know how it's going to go. The first person up though is LA Ian.
Big up to you, Ian. How you doing?
Hey guys. How are you guys doing?
We can't hear you. I think you're on mute. Oh, no, you haven't said anything.
Oh, no. We're not plugged in.
Am I good?
We're not plugged in. Oh, that's why we can't hear you.
Hey! That's why I couldn't hear anything earlier, because I pulled it out.
Why did you pull it out? Why did you do such a thing?
I've got 5 children, that's why.
Oh, that's fair enough. Good to see you, Ian. How are you?
Laughing at that.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
We could hear you before, but the connection was not correct. So yeah, how you doing, Ian?
I'm gonna unplug you in a minute.
I'm not doing well. You could say that.
Surprise, surprise.
I feel like when you have these types of losses and what's been going on for the past couple of games, 4 out of 6 losses, right? You said. I really think people need to critically think about how this club is being run and how does that affect what's going on the pitch. Kane cannot play every single game. He can't. He's human. I'm sorry, as much as we love to call him our star boy, he's one of our own, he's human. He can't play every game. Højbjerg, somehow he's done it for the past couple of years already, but even him, he can't play every game. Okay? We need to rest players, and that is no excuse for what happened on the pitch today. What happened on the pitch today has everything to do with how this club is being led.
Yep.
We are at a point right now where our fans need to critically think, what is the issue? The issue is we have players in this club that are simply not good enough. They are just not good enough. The way Conte likes to play and how he's played his entire career is with wingbacks, and that is how the attack gets formed, is through the wingbacks. Our wingbacks are not good enough. They're not. Perisic, okay, he's old, so he's putting in a performance like every other game. Even then, he'll have an average game. Sessegnon, I don't know what's happened to him. He had a form about a year ago. I don't know. He's gone. He's a lost cause. He's not good enough. Royale, we all know Royale. Royale's not good enough. Doherty. Why does he keep playing Royale? Play Doherty. Doherty isn't that much better. He's a little better. I'll give you that. He's a little bit better than Royale. He is not going to make this team click. Doherty.
Yep.
Jed Spence. When I was my first game to see Tottenham back in May, that was when the championship playoffs are going on. I loved Jed Spence. We should pick up Jed Spence. I love the way he plays. We got him. I was excited. And then Conte came out and said that he's a club buy. He does not want him. The club wants him. If Conte starts playing Jed Spence, even though that I want to, he's making the same mistake every manager before him has made with Levy. Levy buys players because Levy thinks he knows ball. He thinks he knows ball, and these players should play. If he starts him, he's giving in to Levy. I'll buy the players. I don't want you to listen. I don't want you to pick the team. I'll pick the team. I'm Daniel Levy. I know what's best for this club. No, the wingbacks aren't good enough, and that is crucial to how we play games, how we win.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason that we're not doing well, is the wingbacks aren't good enough. So what we need to do in January is get the rest of the 75 million out of that 150 million war chest we were giving, and we need to spend it on at least 2 good wingbacks. Sorry, I know you guys haven't asked me one question yet, but I'm losing my mind.
No, that's what we're.
If we're honest, we kind of don't know where this is going to go.
There's not much to ask, Ian.
What's to ask you?
I've got a question.
What did
I've
you
got a
think of the
question.
performance?
No, I've got a question. I've got a question.
I also
Do we know
have some
anything?
notes here. I have some notes here.
Go on then.
Go ahead.
You go, Ian.
Yeah.
Go.
So I have the Jed Spence notes. Here we go. If you don't know what's wrong with the club, your default should not be blame the manager. Everywhere Conte has gone, he's won. Everywhere. So why is it when he comes to us and we don't have success, it's Conte's fault? How does that make sense in people's head? Oh, Conte's picking the players. Conte's picking the formation. 3-4-3, 3-5-2. Try this, try that. I've seen some guy on Twitter today say that the reason we didn't win today is because Conte didn't pick Tanganga over Sanchez. He should have played Tanganga. Tanganga would have fixed this game? Are you telling me Tanganga would have fixed this game? And also, if Jed Spence and Kulusevski is what makes this team click, 2 players, this club is wrong, is ran terribly. If 2 players is what makes this club become successful, this club is ran the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
If Kulusevski comes in and we're good, we start flying, hey, that's great. He can get hurt. He could, God forbid, get hurt in some sort of car crash on his way home from a game, and then he's not there to play, and then we don't play well. We need to have depth. And Richie is not a winger. He's a backup striker. He does not. You can't just fill him in for Son, fill him in for Kulusevski. I've seen enough of him on the wings. He will be effective as a backup striker. What else do we have here? It just so happens we're not playing the best. Probably the busiest schedule this club has ever seen. Right? We haven't been playing this. We're playing every 3-4 days. That is even for Man City, for Liverpool, for who else went out? Did Arsenal go out? They went out, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. This is tough. We are playing lots of games and we don't have the depth or the quality to deal with this schedule. So in hindsight, yeah, it might be a little better for us that we lost this game and we don't have to play these games in the future. But no, we have not earned the right to throw this competition away. Yeah, City, if they want, yeah, they can throw this competition away. They've won it, what, like 8 times in the last 9 years or whatever the fuck? They've earned the right to call this competition not important for them. For us, we have not earned that right. We need to go out and win this thing because it's winnable. Champions League is not winnable. The league is not winnable. Honest to God, we have any team can make a run in the FA Cup. But, I mean, do you see, unless we have thorough backing in January, we're not gonna make it any far in the FA Cup. No shot.
No, Ian, look, you make an absolutely perfect point. This season almost mirrors last season, right? Because we couldn't handle the games. We couldn't handle 3 games a week, and then when we went to 1 game a week, we were flying.
Right. See, people think that's actually. Because people saw us play well with Doherty and Royale and Ryan Sess at the end of last year, that they can do it now. But no, if we want to act and become a big club, we are going to be playing in all competitions every year. So you need to start running the club like a big club. You need to start having quality at your back because our players are human and our backups because our players are human. They need to rest. Yeah, I'll give you this. Royale and Doherty and Cess, they can put in a performance once a week. I'll give you that. Okay? But they are not good enough.
Not with Royale.
Performances constant. Oh, yeah, I'm just trying to be devil's advocate for some of these people. I don't understand how people can just automatically blame Conte. How is it his
It's because they
fault?
don't like the style of football, Ian. It's not because they don't think that he can win things. They are stuck in the whole I want attractive football. It's what did for Mourinho. Mourinho.
People, do you want to know why rival fans actually kind of enjoyed our really good period with Pochettino? Does anyone want to guess why they kind of enjoyed that?
Mm-hmm.
Because we won nothing. We won nothing. They like the way we play because it's entertaining for them. I want to win games. I was on a couple of fan shows back. I would win every game 1-0 with an own goal from the other team. Mm-hmm. That's how much I want to win. I don't care about your entertainment. I really don't. You can enjoy the fireworks in the before the Champions League games. Enjoy the fireworks. Mm-hmm. There's your entertainment. I want the players that deserve to win trophies, that have given this club, like I think Hugo Lloris deserves to win a trophy. He's given this club everything. He could have left at any moment, and he's still here. He deserves to have some happiness with the club. I don't care about. I really don't care about if we have 65% possession, 17 shots, 11 on target.
Ian, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Do these players actually deserve to win anything at this club? Because from what I saw tonight, none of them, apart from Forster and Bentancur, and maybe Skip, seemed interested. All of the others seem to be dialing it in. And I've seen that from Lloris as well. And I've seen that from Kane, and I've seen that from Son, and I've seen that from every single one of our players at some point. Do they, if they can't commit, if they can't come out with even half the hunger and desire that Forest showed, who was still attacking us even when they were 2-0 up, right? With a few minutes to go, they were still going for us. Do they really deserve to win anything at Spurs?
Here's how I'll answer that, and I'll admit it's kind of a cop out. I'll admit they would. Yes, there are a few players in my mind that have deserved to win something at Tottenham Hotspur if the club was ran properly. I really do believe that. I believe Kane probably could have left us in 3 separate summers. Sonny could have left us in 3 separate summers, except they put their faith. They put their faith in Levy and the direction the club was going. And now they've had 3 managers and 4 managers in 3 years, or 3 and 4. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. 4 and 3. That's what they get for their loyalty. Their loyalty is, hey, don't worry, we got it wrong this time. This is what Levy is saying to Kane and Son, Lloris. This is basically those 3. Honestly, Højbjerg and Benzema haven't been here long enough, even though they're playing probably the best. Levy goes up and says, okay, guys, we got it wrong. I'm sorry, we got it wrong this time. I'll admit I got it wrong. We'll get it right next time. And then he continues to make the exact same mistakes as he's made before. The greatest thing so far that Levy has done, and it is a step in the right direction, I will give Levy this, is he's hired Paratici. He has taken a little bit off the footballing side of who I want, who this club needs to recruit, and give it to Paratici. I do believe we stick for him long enough, and we stick with Conte long enough. And by long enough, I really only mean like a year and a half. Two more windows. I really do believe this team will become a powerhouse. But before that happens, our fans complain. They say Conte out because they have no idea what the fuck is going on in this club. They don't critically think. They just go, we're losing, bad football, 40% possession. Oh my God. It's got to be the manager's fault. Mm-hmm. It's not Conte's fault. Yeah. We tried the formations. We tried the different formations with different players in the wingbacks. We tried, and people are saying like, oh, we should put on Hill and Lucas, and like, really, Hill and Lucas are going to be our saviors. They're going to, at most, they bring on a little energy for like 5 minutes, a little energy boost, and then the rest of the game they're running into players. They're literally running into players and giving them the ball.
Can I ask this question, which is what I challenged all of our callers to think about? Did we learn anything today that we didn't know yesterday about this club? I've learned about the club, or about kind of the culture. I'm learning something about our fans for sure. Everything I've known about the club has come to fruition. I mean, not enough investment, not enough quickly, not the right players. Even if we do invest, sometimes it's not even the right players. But I'm learning that our fans don't critically think about what the issues are at the club. They just want entertainment. They want that fast serotonin, and they want 60% possession. 60% possession, 17 shots on target, and a 1-0 loss to Brighton. That's what they want. Hey, but at least our football was fun. At least we were sprinting down the flanks, and Kane was shooting, and he hit a couple crossbars. A little unlucky from Kane. That's what our fans want. They don't want to win, because if you want a couple to win, you need to stick with your manager. Look! I hate this. Look at Arsenal. Look at them. They stuck with it, and look at them. They are doing fantastic. Hey, football style put aside, which is what our probably fans want. It's just free flow and attacking, boom, bang, bing. They're getting their results most of the time. They didn't win today. They didn't win today. That's fair. Most of their results are positive, and they're top of the league. They stuck with Arteta through some. I remember that COVID year, the 2020 year. Arteta probably should have been fired at least twice in that year, and they didn't. Yeah, absolutely.
They didn't fire him because the manager talked with their chairman, and they had a plan.
Yeah,
and they stuck with the plan, and now they're doing fantastic. Who knows? They could fall off. They're probably gonna make top 4. That's the worst. At the worst, Arsenal's making top 4 and winning the FA Cup.
Well, I mean, if they win this weekend, they go into the break top of the tree. So
trust the process.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're talking about 15 games they would have played. After 15 games, you're a third of the way, more than a third of the way through the season, and being top of the tree at that point does actually speak volumes. So it's very difficult to turn around and say that, Arsenal, even if they do fall off a cliff, let's say, for instance, they lose all momentum when they come back from the World Cup and results go really badly, they still did very well at the beginning, and that's something that they can build on. Whereas ourselves, we did well at the beginning, earning, and now we've dropped off a cliff a lot earlier. So
I think. Look, I think for me, Ian, it's the same. We've sat here, me and Rez have sat here, and we've not said anything about anything at the start, but we've said that it can unravel very quickly if things start to go bad, and it's starting to go bad, and it's starting to unravel very quickly.
But here's the thing: when I'm kind of hearing from that is that you're also, I'm getting this feeling too. You are also getting the feeling that there are a lot of fans now are starting to turn against Conte, and that's what's going bad.
Yeah, 100%.
Right?
Look,
Right?
I'm with
And
you. I'm with you in the fact that I couldn't give a crap how we play as long as we win something, right?
Yeah.
But now I'm kind of at the point where everyone else is just consuming. Like you say, everyone else is now getting on the bandwagon and saying, "Oh, it must be Conte. It must be Conte."
That's the issue.
Look, for me, he can be blamed for certain decisions, right? But for the overall state of what we're in, we know where that fault lies.
Yeah, he can be blamed for late substitutions. Maybe he should play Doherty over Royale. You know, that
well, you
was
see,
the
this
reason we lost the game.
this is where what you said earlier, Ian, about critical thinking comes in, right? This is our fans not applying that, because when they criticize a manager like that, they turn around and act as if he knew what the outcome would be when he made those decisions, and it's like, if it was that simple, we'd all be earning 15, 20 million pounds a year doing it, right? If it's that simple, go and do it. Don't come, not you, I'm talking about the fan base as a whole. I would say to everyone, fine, if it's that simple, go and do it.
We wouldn't be sat here, as
exactly. Go and do it.
Doing a press conference,
right? Yeah,
The
absolutely.
players were
the players were
had
very.
to make the decision.
Yeah,
we know what we need to do. It's a tough.
Is Conte Russian?
No, I'm not trying to impersonate Conte. I'm just saying this.
Yeah.
This is what we'd say, right? Because we all sit there and we claim to be experts, but look, he's there day in, day out. He knows their capabilities. We said at the top of the show, everyone calling for Jed Spence. Jed Spence and Kulusevski on that right wing looked clueless when they came on.
Spence didn't know what he was doing.
They didn't know. Spence doesn't know the system. Kulusevski's just come back from injury. You can't expect him to come on and change the game. Come on and change the game when Højbjerg's there with Bentancur, with Son's there with Kane, maybe, but not when Richarlison's there with Hill and Skip's there with Basuma and everything else. And it's just a kind of, it's kind of almost like they got all the players, threw it up in the air, and the ones that kind of stood up were the ones that were going to be on the pitch. We're kind of down to bare bones, and we don't have the time. But Ian, what final thoughts, mate? Because we've got so many people on, and I don't want to cut you short, but we need to
I'll make it
move on
quick.
to others.
The final thoughts are the overall reason that we're not playing well and getting results is not because of Conte. That is the overall message that I want to give. It's not Conte's fault. He does not have the players are good enough to play his system in the system that's brought him success everywhere he's gone. So how is it his fault when it comes here? Now it's not his fault. Now it is his fault that his system isn't working. It's because he's at Tottenham. That's the reason he's not succeeding. No, his system works. He knows how to play. He knows how it works. And if he gets the right players in the wing backs, I'm really concentrating on the wing backs, because that, in my opinion, is the reason why we're not playing well. All has to do with their wing backs.
Mm-hmm.
If we can get those in January, and I'm begging the fans, I'm begging you, stick with Conte. I'm begging you. We cannot have 16? Will that be 17 managers in 20 years?
17
right?
managers, yeah.
Yeah. That, guys, listen, guys and ladies and gentlemen, that is not how a football club is run.
Well, I think, if we sack another manager, I think the phrase that comes to my mind is madness is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, Rez, we've got Ryan Mason ready to go. Actually, he's ready to manage us full time.
That's doing the same thing and the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, I'm sure. Jose and Conte, I'm sure they wanted him on his staff, and I'm sure Levy didn't want him there because he's a good manager. He's going to be a good manager in the future. That's what Levy thinks.
One for the future.
And then
The
easy cheap buy for him.
Future. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Easy cheap buy for Levy.
Ian, great call, mate. Great to chat to you first time, and we'll see you again soon. But come on, you Spurs. That's all we can say.
Tottenham till I die.
Big up to you, pal. Take care.
Big up. Yeah, look, there's been a super chat here from Lee Richards. Levy has to show Conte that he'll get funds in January to improve this team, but by the same token, Conte must commit to us. We can't carry on in limbo. Yes. What was that?
You're pulling my microphone.
I'm pulling you off. Okay. It's going all sorts of nonsense. Right. This next person, Rez, we're not going to say anything. We're not going to interrupt. Mm-hmm. We're just going to sit back and we're going to listen.
Yeah, that works for me. I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And I think that's what we should do.
Yeah.
Because people, this next person, if you don't know, you're going to get to know. It's Mr. Box Office. He's going to talk some waffle, but we're going to sit back. Alex, over to you, mate. We're going to sit back. We're not going to interrupt you. We're just going to listen.
I'm leaning away from the microphone completely.
This is going to be the shortest fan cam ever because I've got an exclusive on my channel already. If you don't know, get to know. Like, honestly, this is the best chance of us winning a trophy, right? And everybody was telling me, saying, "Oh, Alex, your post office, Mr. Post Office. Oh, Alex, we don't want to hear Alex on the stream. We don't want Alex on the stream because he ruins it for people. Oh, yeah, he talks so negatively. Oh, he's this. What was that? 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 Where's your hero Kane? Where's Højbjerg when you need him? Yeah? Where's Kulusevski? Oh, we're missing Kulusevski all of a sudden. Couldn't do nothing with Spence. Oh my gosh, that relationship, honestly, that's like a bad relationship right now. Because I tell you, that was terrible. Absolutely awful. I felt sorry for Spence. Honestly, defense. Oh, Dyer, the second coming, I was told. Oh, Van Dijk. No, Dyer, Van Dijk. Oh, he should be in the England squad. Really? That's a bang average defender, bruv. Bang average defender. Honestly, I'm embarrassed. And then I'm hearing, I bet people are going to say to me, "Oh, Arsenal at the competition, by the way. We need it, bruv. We need it." And then people are saying to me, "Oh, yeah, we need to back Conte." But by the way, that clock is ticking. That clock is ticking. Yeah? Right? Because that's why I said we need a trophy this season, yeah? Because there's a lot of pressure on next season then. Okay, and whose contract's up next season? Oh yeah, whose contract's up next season? Let's guess whose contract's up next season. Let's have a guess. Let's have a guess. Yeah, it's Harry Kane, is it? Oh, that's a good one, isn't it? Harry Kane. Oh yeah. So he's got to start making decisions as well because he's looking like a loser as well. Even he breaks the goal scoring record, isn't it? So what's going on? You know what I mean? And then we're talking like we're having a laugh at Liverpool. Really? Liverpool won championships. Liverpool won cups and everything else. And then we're laughing at Liverpool, who won Champions League. We can't even win a Carabao Cup. Oh yeah, let's not forget. Oh, last season, what was the competition we went into and we got embarrassed by part-timers? Oh yeah, Conference League. And we're thinking we're Champions League contenders, by the way. You having a laugh? Are you actually having a laugh? Seriously, this fan base needs to sort themselves out, man. This club needs to sort themselves out, and I'm not just talking about the Daniel Levy. I'm talking about the whole squad, the whole club need to sort their bloody selves out, man. I'm getting fed up of it now. Yeah, I'm the one we're getting bantered, bub. We are getting bantered. We're banter SC. That's why we're called Spursy. That is why we're called bloody Spursy. Yeah, you're having a laugh. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired. Yeah, I'm tired of getting embarrassed. You should be beating Nottingham Forest, but they're the second team out. Yeah, like you saw Lingard doing moonwalks. Yeah, when he scored. Yeah, moonwalks. I mean, I saw that at bloody Emirates, man. Why is it doing it at Tottenham for? What's going on? You know what I mean? And all we're going to say is, "Oh, at least we get Champions League. That's a good day. That's a really good day." You know what I mean? We might as well just keep touching, isn't it? Oh yeah, well I said that before, didn't I? When we sacked him, innit? Oh yeah. But who do we want now? Oh, we want Poch back. Oh my gosh. That's really good, isn't it? That's really good planning there. Really good planning there. Really, isn't it? Really good planning there. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I've had enough. I've had enough now, man. Like, look, I've done my time. I've done my time now. Yeah, I've done my time. We're in the mud. We're in the mud. I don't even care if we win against Leeds. Yeah, because Champions League don't make no difference to me. If you think you're going to win the FA Cup, you can't beat Nottingham Forest. You're having a laugh. I've had enough, man. You know what I mean? I told you it's not sustainable when you got playing like that, man. I've had enough of it, man. And I'm done. I'm done. Mr. Box Office is out of here, Bob, man. He's going to take a vacation as well because I need to take some vacation as well. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Well, there you go.
Thank you, Alex.
And that's Mr. Box Office. If you didn't know, you'll get to know.
I think we've got to know.
We've got to know. Thank you, Alex. Well, there you go. He said it was going to be explosive.
I just need to dry off some of the words. One sec. It's just that was a deluge.
It was just coming at us at 100 mile an hour.
Yeah.
But yeah, big up, Alex. Big up. Super chat here from Status Change. What about money wasted? Forgive spending and Ndombele 60 million, Lo Celso 40 million, Aurier 20 million, Emerson 20 million, Jack Clark 10 million, plus others. Who's responsible for this recruitment?
Yeah.
Very poor indeed.
Yeah, it's a good point. It is a good point.
Absolutely. So
next up, we have.
Who do we have next?
Who is next?
Alexander was supposed to be next, but he hasn't got his camera on.
Alex, turn your camera on.
Turn your camera on.
Is that... There we go. Just lining Alex up. Just lining him up.
No, don't turn the light off.
No, not lighting him up. Lining him up. It's
Lining
cool.
him
It's
up.
cool. Don't worry,
Here we go.
Alex.
So here we go. We've got Alex now.
There's Alex. How are you?
Hey guys.
How's it going? What a stupid question.
Yeah, dreadful question.
Yeah, how shit do you feel?
That is probably one of the worst games I've ever seen. I'm 46. That's one of the worst games I've ever seen. Spurs. I mean, the really worrying thing for me is Conte. He's used to talk about ambition and personality, and now he's talking about patience. And it just seems like he doesn't even seem like he's that arsed, to be honest. He just seems to like he's going through the motions until, either he gets the heave-ho or he says, I've had enough, and he's gone. Anytime he's asked about signing a new contract, he doesn't show any indication that he's willing to, if he wants to negotiate through the media, if he wants to say, look, I'm willing to stay as long as I get backed by the club and that we're all on the same page, I would sign a 3-year, 5-year, 10-year contract, whatever it is. He can send that message to the club through the media if he really wants to be at Spurs and he's interested in, the project, quote unquote. But it just seems that he's really, he plays the same players week in, week out. And we had it with Nuno where it seemed like, we had a first 11 and a second 11. And it seems the same thing. I mean, he never really rotates players. Only now where, players like Romero, they're falling to pieces. And Richarlison's only had one leg. And, Sonny's got broke his eye socket. So he's got no choice but to play.
But is it any wonder? Is it any wonder that he doesn't play the other players? Because look what happened tonight. I mean, we had.
Oh no, I'm not
Sanchez,
suggesting, but there's players like Sanchez. I mean, nobody wants him. That's the only reason he's still at Spurs. I can assume we just can't get rid of him. But there's even players like Bissouma that we've signed this summer. Supposedly he's happy with him. Richarlison, I know he's coming back from injury, and he tries hard. But for me, Richarlison, we looked at him when he played for Watford and then he played for Everton. And we thought he's got promise, blah, blah, blah. And then he comes to Spurs. And what does he show? He's just average. He might put in a shift. Okay, I'll give him his due that he makes an effort. But he's got 2 goals in how many games? With 13 league games into the season.
He's got no Premier League goals, yeah.
So what did we pay £60 million for? We were all laughing when we bought him. And those lot down the road bought Jesus, and I'm an Orthodox Jew, so I'm very happy that we don't have Jesus. But, I'm not going to say that we've got something wrong with the recruitment. But
have we got something wrong with the recruitment, Alex? Because you saw that super chat that was in there, and last season I think Levy came out in one of the programs and said we've wasted 250 million on players, that we got it wrong.
I mean, I think I don't want to say we've got a problem now. I think we're still dealing with the fact that when what was the fella that ended up going to Liverpool and Leipzig that came with Poch from Southampton? I've forgotten his name. But whoever it was that was doing the recruitment when Poch first came to sign Dyer and Davies and
Mitchell, Paul Mitchell.
Yeah, Paul Mitchell. I think since then, between Mitchell and Paratici, we've just had a bunch of amateurs. I mean, look who we signed: Sanchez, Sessegnon. Now there's another player. He has never done anything, even in a Fulham shirt. He didn't look like a Premier League player, and we spent £30 million on him.
Yeah,
I mean, Sanchez. £42 million, club record signing at the time. You know, what's he ever done apart from be a backup player?
Yeah, it's true.
Even Lucas Moura. Okay, he's had one really impressive game, but he's inconsistent. He's a headless chicken. 99%.
He's old now as well. He's old now. He's 30.
Yeah, look, I think you're right with Moura. I think he would out of 6 games, he may have 2 good games out of 6. It would never be more. It would never be more than that. And I think we're still trying to look out of all the players that I think we've signed. We kind of fell lucky. I think with Bentancur and Kulusevski, and Romero, although I'm disappointed in what's happened in the last few weeks with him, putting his country first with his World Cup. But then that goes to show what's happened having a World Cup. You could see tonight, most of those players on that pitch have checked out. They don't want to play. They don't want to be there. They want to get to the World Cup. They want to get in the warmth, and then they want 4 weeks away or 5 weeks away from being, not having to deal with Spurs or the Premier League or 3 games a week, or, they can go to World Cup and play, they're going to play 3 games in about 8-9 days, and then they can kind of relax a little bit, because if they go out, they've got a few weeks to relax, Conte's not going to pull them all back for training, almost like a pre-season training again straight away. So they know they're going to have a break, and I don't know the answer.
Yeah, I mean, I think Kane's been playing like he's got one eye on the World Cup for about a month. I know he played every game, and he's fatigue does come into it. But these are professional athletes. I'm sure playing twice a week, it shouldn't be beyond them. The players have. I know it's maybe not as demanding, but the players. When I was growing up, you look at some of the pitches that players played on in the 80s with a much heavier ball, getting kicked from pillar to post week in, week out. And they didn't cry off, "Oh, I'm too tired to play." They just got on with it when you had one substitute. So
the sort of I would counter that slightly, Alex. I would say that the pace of the game at that time wasn't as frenetic as it is now. They spend a lot more energy. Yeah. The thing I would say is that, you're right. They can play twice a week. I think it's not the fact that they're playing twice a week. I think it's the fact that they're playing the likes of Kane is playing twice a week throughout the season, because there's never a time where he can be taken away just for a game, that little beat in between that 2 games a week schedule where he can just recharge his batteries just a little and sustain his performance throughout the season. I think this all comes down to the World Cup with regard to player welfare, let's call it, and their ability to actually sustain performance over that period of time. They have shoved these games in, if you're fortunate, it's 4 extra games. How many in the group stage? 3 extra games in there. Yeah, 3 extra games or whatever, and you're done. But if you're going all the way through to the tournament, that's a whole host of games shoved into a very short space of time, shoved into the middle of a season. I don't think anyone's crying off. I don't pay that much attention to the Romero situation. There's always God knows what's going on behind the scenes. But I think we suffer because we don't have, support for Kane. We don't have support for the likes of, say, Højbjerg, or we didn't, for Højbjerg and Bentancur and stuff, Sorry, you're going to say? Have we still got Alex?
Have we still got Alex?
You still there, Alex?
Can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear
we
you.
can hear you.
I think I'm back.
Yeah, we just had a slight
Disappeared
drop
for a
out.
while.
Yeah.
So go on. You were saying?
Yeah, no, just in terms of the fact that the problems at the club are, again, they're recruitment based, because who is there to step into Kane's shoes? Let's say right now, let's say we had five attackers: Son, Kane, Kulusevski, Richarlison, and Mora. Mora's still not fit because he was injured. Richarlison's just come back from injury. Kulusevski's just come back from injury. Son has been injured. Kane is the only one who's remained injury-free or is not coming back from injury. Isn't that the root cause of our sustainability problem when it comes to player welfare, and also being able to field strong enough teams to get through fixtures like tonight?
I mean, there's definitely, the fact is that we have got 3 out of push 4 attacking players who are good enough to be regular first team options, and 2 of those players, or in fact 3 of those players, have been injured until today, or the Liverpool game. And so what can we do? We sent, rightfully we sent what's his name, the youngster, of Troy Parrott and the other Dane Scarlett. They're not ready to play for us.
No.
They've rightly been sent on loan so they can develop, and hopefully next season or the season after they'll be ready to step into the first team. But we don't have anyone. I mean, Mourinho highlighted this, that there was a huge gap between, the players in the first team or the players in the development squad who were able to step in, or knocking on the door of the first team, and saying that there weren't any. They were great prospects who were 2, 3, 4 years away from the first team, but nobody else. And even someone like Harvey White, who he's made it onto the bench. Has he ever played more than a handful of minutes in left back in a pre-season game?
Yeah, no. Look, Alex, I think you're right, but I think you look at it. I think when you look at our forwards, our midfield, but the issues now is that defence. Everyone's calling out for
I mean, the defence
attacking midfielder, but apart from Romero, there's no one in that side that scares. We were sitting here talking about the Champions League draw. Can you imagine Mbappe, Messi, and Neymar quivering at the fact that they'd have to potentially face Dyer, Davis, Sanchez,
and Royale,
Sessegnon, Royale? I can't imagine it. They were probably licking their lips.
They'd be quivering, but quivering as to the number of goals that they're going to get.
They were thinking how much bonus they would get.
With excitement, I think. Quivering with
excitement.
Exactly.
Absolutely. It's, as you say, licking their chops. Anyway, Alex, any final thoughts? Anything else that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, just to add, like you said, with the defence, the only player who's worth hanging on to is Romero. Even Lloris, who's was a world-class goalkeeper, he's just age is catching up with him. He needs replacing, and everyone else, they're just not good enough, and they never were. And it's we need to cut our losses. That's down to, and the chairman. I have a lot more time for the chairman than a lot of the fans. I think he has spent a lot of money. The problem is he's made wrong appointments in terms of the recruitment. I don't think it's too much his interference. I think it's just the fact that the players that are recommended that we signed have just turned out to be basically hopeless, and short on quality and over for the prices that we're paying.
Yeah.
And even if you look at someone like Pochettino, his biggest weakness is in the transfer market. Even before Spurs, he signed that player at Southampton who punched someone in the face after 3 weeks in training, and they never played him again. He was, I think, a club record signing, so he doesn't have a track record. We're still trying to get rid of the garbage that he lumbered us with, and that's what holds us back. Look at all the players we've got on loan that nobody wants.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem at the club. It's not that we don't spend money; it's we spent money in the wrong way, and we can't just, we can't have 50 players on our books and 25 out on loan, where we're paying their wages. So we need to get rid of those players. Whether it's cancelling contracts, I don't know. Whether it's but even like Oreo, we did that. We cry out for a player of his quality. He's
Yeah,
not
he
even,
came
and he's
back to
not good
bite us
either.
on the arse tonight, didn't he?
Like
Exactly.
always, they either go somewhere. I'll let this sink in with you, Alex, and I'll leave you with this final thought. Tanguy and Ndombele could win the league and potentially Champions League with Napoli this season.
Wow.
And that just goes to show how bad we manage or mismanage, like you said, situations. So yeah, Alex, thanks for the call. Good to speak to you. Onwards and upwards. One game left. Come on, you Spurs.
Big up to you, Alex. Thanks a lot.
Come on, you Spurs.
Yeah. It's just getting more and more depressing. I think we need a ray of sunshine.
We need a ray of sunshine. We need the GOAT of We Are Tottenham TV.
Who's that?
Who's then? I don't know. I can't. I was in full flow, and then you just interrupted.
You were just going off on one.
He's gonna be here. He's got a Brian Hill tash on. It's the man, the myth, the legend. It's me. It's KPV. How you doing, KPV?
What up, boys?
How you
Good
doing, mate?
evening. What up?
How you doing, man?
I'm all good. How
You're
you
good?
doing, man?
You can't be
Another
good after
shit
that,
performance.
KPV. I'm surely I'm going to see some rant from you all over social media.
Another shit performance. Like, back-to-back losses again. Since October, we've lost 2 games. Man U now, then Newcastle. Liverpool now these chickens. Jesus. Nottingham Forest, hey? We beat them on their own perch in August. Now they get revenge on us. A few months later. Lucky bastards. They're not going to win it. Let's be honest. They're not winning this competition. It'll be City. They always win it. These chickens aren't winning it. Let's be honest. Lucky bastards. Another shit performance from the lads. Like, yeah, Forster let the goals in. Yeah, and just not good. I won't be watching the game on Saturday. I won't be. I'll be watching a film instead. Just doing what I do. Not good tonight. Not good. But need to spend in January. Better back Conte. If Levy doesn't, then Conte walks. But I don't get it why the fans are booing Conte. They need to be patient. Like, I can see the fuming, and I can see some of them have already gone on to talk sport to speak about the game tonight. They're like, we all are. We're not great. We need. Anyway, London is dead. It's officially dead. London is officially dead. London clubs are out. Only one club survived. It was Charlton Athletic.
Yep.
They're the only club that survived. The rest is just not good. But the good thing is that Arsenal are out, so that's a good thing. But
that's the
yeah,
thing, KPV. We're sat here.
not
We're the only positive we're taking is Arsenal, West Ham, and Chelsea are out.
Yeah,
and that is that's not good. That's not good.
Yeah, but at least those 3 are out. That's good that those 3 are out. But us, not good. We've been knocked out for the second time. The last time we were knocked out of this competition was by a team from the bottom, Colchester under Poch.
Yeah.
And not good. We've been knocked out again. But we're still in the FA Cup and the Champions League. But be patient, everyone. Success will come. Just need to sign quality players, and that's on the list for Conte. And just need to sell the trash players. Lloris was world class, but not anymore. Sanchez, leave. Doherty leaves, Dyer, the rest go. Romero's the only one that stays, but yeah, Kane can't play every game. Don't know him, but yeah, just not great from the boys tonight. Another shit performance, but Kulu's back though. He was brilliant Sunday. Assist to Kane, and thought he done quite good when he came on, but not a great return for Spence. The Nottingham Forest had a great chance missed, and Richarlison offside again as he always is, scoring offside goals. Can't beat the offside trap. Like this isn't working at the moment. Not a good time to watch this club. Don't know what's going wrong at the club at the moment.
What is going wrong, KPV?
It's the defence, as always. They're letting us down, not the midfield. Mia said it. Ellie said the defence is letting us down. We need quality centre backs. Bastoni is one of them. That's been Conte's number one target from the start, and he didn't want to come, but he's in the last year of his contract, and he still might be available in January. And it's the defence that's letting us down, not the midfield. Højbjerg went off, Kane went off. I don't know. Kane is wearing a bandage on his arm. Must have been from a couple of games ago.
That was from when he from the Champions League. I don't know how he did it. He just obviously opened up his arms when he.
Both of them.
Yeah. Strange.
I think it was towards the beginning of the game. Do you remember he fell over into the goal? I think that's when it was, because he went back on his elbows like that.
Yeah.
I think that's when it was.
Oh well. But anyway, look forward to the World Cup coming up in 2 weeks, so I'll just be watching that. But then bring on the last 16 of the UCL back to the San Zero. That's more making me happy though. Never lost to AC Milan though. I'll happily take the draw any day.
Don't say that, KPV. Don't say that. You've jinxed it now.
What's with the Brian Hill? What's with the Brian Hill tash, KPV? I thought your favourite player was Kulusevski.
It is. I'm wearing a Kulusevski shirt. I'm still wearing it.
To be fair, he looks a little bit like Kulusevski.
People think I look like Brian.
There, you know. Don't you think?
Yeah, but he's got the Brian Hill. He's got the Brian Hill tash.
I know he's got the Brian Hill tash, but with the tash, he does look a bit like Kulu for some reason. I don't know how that works, but that's what's in my head at the moment.
That's what's in your head.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know why.
I
need to get rid of this tash.
Don't get all fussy with me. No, keep it, man. I like it. I like it.
Carl, you need to get the old handlebars. The old Phileas Fogg handlebars and everything else. No?
I think that would work. I think that would work. Yeah, like a proper sort of like, and then like grow it up like into the beard. You know, where you're doing like the Victorian thing. That's what you should have. Like starting here, going down, up and round like that. That's what you need.
Oh, well.
That's Rez's sartorial tip for you. Barber's tip. Any other thoughts, mate? Anything else you want to talk about?
Well, that's probably not much to talk about, but anyway, the good thing is Kulu came back on Sunday, so that's the only thing that made me happy. And people saying Saka's clear of him, no chance. Are you having a giraffe or a lot? Kulu's ahead of every other player from any other club. Kulu's better than Saka. Like when people done their North London Derby combined 11 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, like people had Saka ahead of him. Kulu's ahead. Kulu's ahead of everybody else. That's all I'm saying. But Saturday, I'm not watching the game. Everybody knows, because Leeds.
That's the bottom line, because KBV says so.
He said so. And I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. What's the bad
Yeah,
news, KPV?
that's the words of Wade Barrett, a WWE superstar. But
Okay.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news for Arsenal fans. They won't be top of league after the World Cup because when that's finished, they always seem to bottle it after any other tournament. Like they bottle top four. Like they always seem
Yeah.
to bottle it at start of the new year. They're
I,
not
I,
going to
I,
win the league. Let's win.
I'm
Yeah.
not too sure at the moment, Kyle. I think we need to I think Brian said it. We keep saying that Arsenal are going to fall off the hill. Tottenham are going to click. It's kind of not happening. So I think we need to. I think, like
Oh
some
well,
people have
but
said, is we just need to just focus on us, rather than focusing on others. We're
yeah,
very good at
focus
focusing on everyone else.
not
Like
focus
tonight,
on
like I
others
said,
like
we
everybody else did.
yeah we focus on everyone else going out tonight, and we're not focusing on that performance. And look, I think a lot of people don't know what to say. They're not sure. They don't know whether to be angry. They don't know whether to rant. They don't know. I mean, obviously, Mr. Box Office knew what he wanted to rant, but Carl, go
That was
and
very
listen.
much a stream of consciousness,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
go and listen to Who Let the Dogs Out. That'll cheer you up. I think I might do that when I get home. So yeah, give us your best rendition of Who Let the Dogs Out, and then we'll leave you on that, KPV.
Yeah. Where's Scruffy? I see. Where's Scruffy? Danny. Where's Danny? Scruffy.
Danny went to his first away game today, and much like my first away game at Man United, it ended in a 2-0 defeat. So yeah, Scruffy is with Ruffy and Brian Daigle, and with Ben and Sim. So they're in the car, and they're
Who's
probably
Ruffy?
I don't know. It's in the song. Get back, Scruffy. Get back, Ruffy. Get back, you flea-infested mongrel.
Oh well, yeah. Well, yeah. It's Danny and Brian to let the dogs out. Danny and
Yeah.
Brian let the dogs out
I think
this
Danny
time.
and Brian are
Yeah,
the dogs,
so-
to be
Ben and
fair.
Sim better let them out of their car on the way
Well,
back
yeah.
from Nottingham.
Yeah, but make sure everyone tune into Friday night. You'll see me on the Late Late Show with Brian Daigle.
Okay.
We
If
will
anyone's
do.
unsure,
Yeah,
big up
you'll see me on there
KPV.
Friday night.
Big up.
Big
Conte
up.
let the dogs out, I
I'm
think.
Take care,
Yeah,
KPV.
Conte
Thanks
let
very
the
much,
dogs
mate.
out.
Have a good night, mate.
Take
Take care.
Have a
Bye-bye.
good night.
Big up KPV. Sammy, is that it?
That's us.
Well,
That's
look,
us.
I didn't know what was going to happen with that post-match fan show, Rez. We had some rants, we had some facts, we had the Who Let the Dogs Out, we had some That's the Bottom Line because KPV said so. I thought we'd have more, but look, I guess I'm kind of with them. I don't really know what to say about.
I think as a fan base, we're all pretty much in a state of shock. Because it was just you just don't expect that from any football team to do that in such a slipshod, uncaring manner like that. They just came out and seemed to give not shit number one, to be fair, to be honest. And I think we're all sort of reeling from it. I think we're going to have to take some time out, all of us, and let it settle and let it digest, because I can't believe that was Spurs that I watched tonight.
No,
really
and look, going into Saturday's game with Leeds, it needs a big reaction.
Yeah,
we
we've
said we
said
wanted
that
a
before.
reaction. I don't know where we go. We're at home. Lee Richards says only positive. We can't be as bad on Saturday, can we?
Lee, again, you're poking the dragon with that one. You know, I think you're tempting fate a little bit. I hope it's the case, but if it does get any worse than this, we are then in crisis mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to look. It's the last home game before the World Cup. We need to try and be positive. We need to try and support the team, but we need them to have a result. I think if we go into half time without a performance, the boos will be ringing around White Hart Lane again. Whether that's, I don't think it's aimed at Conte himself. It's aimed at the players. It's aimed at the board. It's aimed at the recruitment. But I don't think it helps. But look, people pay their money. And they have the right to have their opinion. The season ticket holders,
absolutely.
the people that do all these things. But look, it's been a weird one. Tottenham have lost. There's not been anything really to cheer about. And we kind of just feel a little bit. I don't know. I feel a bit meh, Rez. I don't know how you feel.
I'm shocked. I mean, I'm surprised. For me, as I say, I need to take some time away over the next few hours and let it sink in, so I can digest it, because that was, as I say, that was not a performance that I would ever, to be honest, it wasn't a performance I would accept from any football team, be it the one that I support or otherwise. No team should have been playing like that. They should take a long, hard look in the mirror at themselves for that performance. And anyone with an ounce of athletic spirit in them would look at that and say, I'm never going to do something like that again. Whether they will, I don't know. Let's see what happens. Look, like we said, big game on Saturday. I will be here with Brian Daigle for the watch-along. And I hope we have a reaction, because I, for one, certainly do not want to sit through another 90 minutes of that on Saturday. Yeah, absolutely.
It will become very toxic very quickly. We need a win. We need to go just get that 3 points, whatever happens. If it comes off someone's bum and goes in the net, it doesn't matter. 3 points
Bum
is all
goal.
3 points is all that matters, I think, on
points is all that
Saturday. We go
matters,
into the World Cup and we can kind of forget about Spurs and everything else. Yeah. But look, it's been a pleasure to be with you tonight. It's been very subdued. And thank you to everyone for all of your comments, all of the people that have liked and subscribed, all the people that have gone over to Shelfside Spurs Show and liked and subscribed there.
Thank you very much.
You can catch me and Rez tomorrow night there at 8 o'clock. We'd love to see some of you over there. But for now, we're going to say goodnight. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always,
come on, you Spurs.